Now we're here today to find out how to argue.
We live in an age of discourse, and living in an age of discourse means living in an age of disagreement. After all, there is supposed to be only one truth. Either you're correct or I'm correct. One of us must be wrong, right? Well, what if there is a third possibility? What if you are right in your perspective and I am right in mine? We're technically both right, aren't we? You can live your truth and I will live mine. That is precisely the point often being made by some with this image that's circulating online.
Now, I'll be frank with you. I should probably use the word meme instead of image, but that sort of sounds unsophisticated, hence you will have to pardon my semantic habits here.
So, back to this image that is circulating online. It's pretty simple. There is a figure written on the floor and two people are arguing on opposite sides. The first person thinks it's a 6, the other thinks it's a 9, and under it is a caption that reads, "Just because you're right doesn't mean I'm wrong. You just haven't seen life from my perspective."
I mean, they're not wrong. See, I'll prove them right now. I'm just gonna draw that figure here on a piece of paper. I'm gonna take this thing, I'm gonna put it down, and see, tada, it's a 6 right now, right? Now if I walk a whole 180 degrees, it's a 9. See? I guess I'll have to delete Twitter now.
Except, I have no plan of doing that. In fact, I am going to argue even harder. Why? Well, because this image, proves nothing. But before that, we need to start somewhere strong. And what better place to start than by defining what a common man means by a common term like truth. This is interesting. What does it mean for something to be true? When you think about it, all it really means is that what you believe is actually in agreement with reality.
To give an analogy, it would be like listening to a set of notes, like this one, and then actually trying to reproduce it on the piano. So you would go, so in this case, these notes, they would actually be reality. They're of such and such a pitch, regardless of how you're listening to it. But when you reproduce it on the piano, what are you doing? You're reproducing it in something else. But it's accurate. It's an accurate representation, kind of like how our mind reproduces reality. Now, pardon me while I play one of these.
So, if that is the case, then clearly there is only one truth, and it does not depend on perspective or your feelings, because reality is one and the same regardless of how you feel about it or view it. Your experience of reality would certainly be different from mine. The reality itself, about which you are making claims, cannot be multiplied. If you speak about the moon and I speak about the moon, we're speaking about the same moon. Someone might object that I'm assuming all of this without reason. But no, seriously, no, I'm not. You are always representing reality. When you speak correctly about the stars, for example, you are speaking about them as they really are in the cosmos. Even when you are speaking about your thoughts and ideas, you are speaking about them as they really are in your head. When the subjectivist is asserting that truth depends on perspective, he is speaking about how our mind really functions in assigning truth to statements. In other words, denying objective truth always ends up as an objective truth claim. Therefore, if perspectives cannot change reality as it is, perspectives cannot decide truth. Truth is decided by reality. Perspective may determine how much evidence you have, but it is fundamentally incapable of determining the truth. But what about the image? Doesn't it show an instance where truth is decided by perspective? No. The apparent success of the meme consists in playing a clever trick with the word perspective. Now, to be frank, the meme actually uses side, not perspective, but I think you can forgive me there. It can mean two things. The word perspective can mean two things. 1, it can mean the totality of the beliefs you hold to be true, or it can mean the angle from which one views the symbol. The former is the sort of perspective people have in mind when they speak of living your truth. In the second meaning, however, each person affirms a true statement that is mind-independent. This symbol, when viewed from the north, represents the digit 6 in the Arabian numerical system, and this symbol, when viewed from the south, represents the digit 9 in the Arabian numerical system. They are not contradictory. Both can be true at the same time. In fact, there's no problem in having the same symbol used to represent multiple concepts, such as the word light. Contradictions consist in concepts, not in symbols. Light can mean not heavy. It can also refer to the thing that helps us see. The usage of the word light is entirely conventional. The concept that is referred to, though, is not a convention. In fact, the moment you alter the meaning of a concept, you aren't really changing the concept, but creating a new one in its place. That last point, contradictions consist in concepts, not symbols, is quite important. Tomorrow, my friends and I could agree to start using the word stupid to mean tall. So when I say that Richard is stupid, I am not saying Richard is idiotic, but rather that Richard is tall. There is in this scenario nothing contradictory in saying Richard is stupid but intelligent. The point is, I may use whatever set of symbols I want, but it does not change even a millimeter of the concepts being signified and the reality the concepts are supposed to represent. And if changing symbols does not result in changing concepts or changing reality, then proving that the assignment of meaning to symbols is subjective, like this meme, does not prove that truth is subjective. Now, I will admit one thing though. Although this meme has been used to defend relativism, meme itself can be interpreted in a way that is not validated. Maybe all it's doing is calling us towards a better sense and employment of nuance. There is nothing intrinsically false about the meme, though its application is ridiculous. Speaking of ridiculosity, I have a piece of advice. Instead of desiring that the truth agree with you, for once, please desire to agree with the truth.